Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K here, and we have some pretty cool stuff to go through today. So we're going to be going through my even more bullish stance on OMI based off of some additional information we've received from David Yu, and we're going to be touching a little bit on the upcoming drop for this Sunday as well. It has just been announced and it's a really cool one, and I'm just going to be going through a quick update on the upcoming comic drop as well. So first off, we have the upcoming comic drop for tomorrow, which is the Amazing Spider-Man number 294. Now, all of these comics, they've kind of just been following the same kind of pattern. They all trade for around about the same price, which is, around about 30 gems for the common, and then, around 40 for the uncommon, 70, 80 for the rare, about 150 for the ultra rare, and then secret rare around about 800-ish. All of them been following that pattern. The one that's after tomorrow, that one, so the Saturday one, I believe that one is probably going to be worth maybe slightly more, just because the cover features more of like the full Spider-Man art, but we'll see how it goes. But exact same kind of publication year, edition numbers, so all of these I think are going to be following the same price. And if we have a look at a 9.0, that's about $100. So real life value is nothing special, but it is cool just because I believe people will want to complete the full 1 to 6 set, just because it doesn't really count as a set, but it's kind of a sentimental sort of thing. So yeah, now the upcoming DC drop we have announced is the first appearance of Killer Croc. Now this is a battle statue. It's the first battle statue that we've ever had, so it features Batman and Killer Croc in FA, and this is pretty mad. Like we can see that there's actually a batarang stuck in his chest on Killer Croc there, and he's kind of like tied him up with like his I think it's his grappling hook noose. So yeah, this is a pretty mad looking statue. Like, I'm really impressed with this one. And what's cool about this one is if we have a look at the physical, this retailed for quite high value, relative to some of the other statues, $150. And I'm really excited for this one because this is, it's in color. We haven't had Batman in color yet, surprisingly. So this one I think is going to do really well. Came out in 2019, so it's it was kind of around about the DC Collectibles time. Remember, DC Collectibles was rebranded to DC Direct when Todd McFarlane kind of took over. So yeah, this is a bit, I guess, technically kind of like an OG statue, but it's pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Now, just on that point of cool things happening to VeVe, now David Yu, he appeared on an AMA, and then Gausto kind of took this clip. And I just want to play this clip for you guys, and then we're just going to discuss that in a bit more detail.
They are starting to emerge into the NFT. I mean, I was being contacted by some, funds out there, and there's a fund, for example, in Singapore. They raised $3 or $6 billion to buy NFT collectibles, and they're just starting to emerge into the industry we're in.
Okay, so that is huge. Like, I can't describe how huge that is, because what David Yu has confirmed is what a lot of people have been speculating about is, okay, I'm going to rewind back, last year, April, I said I was very bullish on the VeVe market as a way to diversify. And the reason I said that is because, in stocks, we have these guys, let's just call them the Wall Street guys, and they can manipulate the market if they want. We have crypto, again. We have, these typical Wall Street guys. They can manipulate the market. The reason why I said VeVe was such a good investment for myself is you wouldn't get, these Wall Street guys just sat there buying, like 100 Batmans, for example. It's predominantly driven by retail investors. And because it's driven by retail investors, it's not influenced by what happens in the crypto and stock market, because that is heavily institutional driven. And for me, that was a really great way to diversify. Now, this can be bullish, but also negative depending on how you choose to diversify. But what David Yu is confirming is that there's going to be institutional investment coming into this space, and the fact that they have contacted David Yu, let's say this one fund, that confirms that they're kind of getting their toes into the water, dipping their toes into the water just to explore NFTs a bit. And I kind of knew that this was happening, but I didn't expect it had to happen so soon. I guess it makes sense because of all of the adaptation of NFTs with, you know, like Facebook, Insta, Meta, Twitter, for example. Today they have released you know, the NFT PFP, so you can actually connect your NFT wallet to Twitter and then get a verified profile picture to show that you own that NFT, which is, you know, is kind of going pretty viral right now. Loads of people are doing it, and eventually we'll be able to do it with our VeVe NFTs once you can move them off the VeVe app onto your own wallet. But you know, this is starting to really take the mainstream now, and a fund with $3 to $6 billion. Now let's just put that into context. The market cap of the VeVe app right now is $1.5 billion. If you get one fund with $6 billion, that is 4 times as much. We saw just how much of an effect an extra $30 million had in the VeVe app in terms of gems, right? Things just started to go like 5x, 6x. You bring in a fund with 4 billion, with 4 times the market cap of what VeVe is, things are going to start going 100x. You know, we were trolling back in the day when we said, you know, Pride to like, you know, 100k, but I think Pride would probably surpass 100k, for example, with when this happens. So that just goes to show that, you know, we are super early on this because institutions have not gotten on board. Now the flip side is when institutions do get on board, the VeVe app I don't think is going to track, you know, or it's not going to be as decoupled to the crypto and stock market. I think, you know, whatever affects institutions, whether that be regulations or, you know, COVID panic or whatever it is, that is then going to start to be reflected on the VeVe app. So yes, we're going to start to see the same kind of pattern. It won't be, you know, it won't necessarily be as great of a way to diversify because it's going to start to track the crypto and stock market more, but it's going to move in an upwards direction anyway. So, you know, I think if you're in it right now, you're in a very good position. When these funds do choose to finally take the plunge, I'm pretty sure all of us are going to be glad. Whatever we bought, I'm pretty sure when these funds do get in, you know, the whole market is just going to be lifted. So very bullish news. This is huge. And remember, if any fund decides to invest $6 billion into VeVe, just think about how much burn that's going to have. It's going to be pretty mental. Huge bullish case for OMI, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these funds, they will pick up OMI as well. So just, you know, you have to remember that institutional investors, you know, these funds like Grayscale, they haven't touched OMI yet, so that's another bullish case scenario. There's just so many catalysts that can kick off OMI. So just on the point of kicking off OMI, some interesting stuff is happening. So start off by going back in time to December. So back in December, my prediction was if we had the OMI migration then, is we would break up to kind of that 0.8 cent region. We're going to have a pullback. And if you can retest this point of resistance, say this point of support, we could bounce back and continue to the upside. And I'm going to extend this line just so you guys can see. Oh, let me, let's just switch to the hourly, see if we can extend this. Okay, so my trading view is being a bit weird. Let's just see. And oh, okay, now the line's gone. Okay, well, I'll just draw a new line, that's fine. So basically what I want to show you guys is if we, okay, there we go. Okay, it's being a bit strange. Okay, well, basically the prediction was when we break above and touch 0.8, we would have a pullback and then a continuation to the upside. Now, if we have a look here, we can actually see we are currently doing the exact same thing as expected. We are kind of breaking above this 0.8 cent region. We're touching it and then we're having a pullback. And I believe if we can touch and hold above this kind of point of support here, around about 0.75, then and we have a continuation, we're basically going to follow this pattern that I predicted here. That's my prediction. Okay, it is a prediction, it's not confirmed, but I think this is going to coincide quite well with the OMI migration that is coming in the next 6 days. So, you know, across the next 6 days, I predict we're going to kind of trail along this key point here, and then as soon as the migration's over, if that all goes well, then that is when I predict we'll start to have a push above 0.8. We just have to wait for that good news to see here, you know, that's all gone successfully. You know, people are migrating the tokens to ERC20 and we are all good. So next month, I believe we'll finally start to see at least one new exchange. Now it's not going to happen like, you know, on the day, but I believe in the next month we should get at least the one exchange. So which exchange could that be? I'm pretty firm that one of them is KuCoin. That's what I'm firm on, because it's, you know, it's a kind of mid-sized exchange, and I believe that, you know, because it's kind of predominantly known for listing coins which are concepted within, you know, kind of like Asian-based companies. You know, Ecomi is headquartered in Singapore, so it's just kind of more common, and I believe that KuCoin kind of fits Ecomi quite well as, you know, a next level up exchange for them. So we'll wait and see, just to confirm what exchange we do get. I don't think we're going to get, you know, like Binance or Coinbase or any of that anytime soon, but I do believe those will come. So let's just hang tight there. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff to come. That's pretty much everything I want to go through with you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, support the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.